As development in major worldwide economies eases back because of high expansion, aggravated by the Ukrainian war, numerous financial analysts are trusting that China will again act the hero. But unluckily, China is also beset with acute economy problems, which had kept Chinese leaders on their toes and making insignificant as possible the effects of the economic downturn vis-a-vis its resuscitation. 1. Zero coronavirus is unleashing ruin. Coronavirus episodes in not many urban communities, including producing centers like Shenzhen and Tianjin, have been harming financial movement across businesses. Individuals are additionally not burning through cash on things like food and refreshments, retail, or the travel industry, putting significant administrations under tension. On the assembling side, processing plant movement seems to have moved back up in September, as per the Public Department of Measurements. The bounce back could be on the grounds that the public authority is spending more on foundation. Yet it came following 2 months in which assembling didn't grow. What's more, it has brought up issues, particularly since a confidential review showed that processing plant action really fell in September, with requests hitting yield, new orders, and business. Requests in nations like the US had declined too in view of higher loan fees, expansion, and the conflict in Ukraine. Over 2 years into the pandemic, Beijing is adhering to its outrageous way to deal with the infection with constrained quarantines, mass required testing, and snap lockdowns. The approach was considered effective in the beginning phase of the pandemic. China figured out how to keep the infection under control in 2020 and 2021 and fight off the huge number of passings numerous different nations endured, while building a fast recuperation following a record constriction in gross domestic product. Out of function in 2020, Xi declared that China's progress in containing the infection was confirmation of the socialist coalition's predominance over Western majority rule system. However, the untimely announcement of triumph has returned to cause major problems for him, as the profoundly contagious Omicron variant makes the zero coronavirus strategy less valuable. Be that as it may, abandoning zero coronavirus doesn't appear to be a possibility for Xi, who this year has over and again put more prominent accentuation on overcoming the infection than saving the economy. While Beijing appears to be relentless in its zero coronavirus methodology, the public authority has carried out a whirlwind of upgrade measures to help the hailing economy, including a 1 trillion won, $146 billion bundle uncovered last month to further develop foundations and straightforwardness power deficiencies. The public authority is attempting to accomplish the most ideal results for monetary developments and occupations while adhering to zero coronavirus. However, it's exceptionally difficult to adjust the twin objectives, expressed Young from ANZ. Ongoing information proposed the Chinese economy could be set out toward one more bleak execution in the second from last quarter. Gross domestic product extended by just 0.4% in the second quarter from a year sooner, easing back strongly from development of a 4.8% in the primary quarter. Official and confidential area studies delivered last week showed China's assembling industry contracting in August without precedent for 90 days, while development and admissions eased back. 2. China's property market is in emergency. Frail land action and negative opinion in the lodging area has without a doubt eased back developments. This has raised a ruckus around town, hard on the grounds that property and different ventures that add to it represent up to 33% of China's GDP, gross domestic product. At the point when certainty is feeble in the real estate market, it causes individuals to have an uncertain outlook on the generally financial circumstance, Mr. Kuich said. Home purchasers have been declining to make contact installments on incomplete structures, and some uncertainty their homes will at any point be finished. Request is down for new homes, and that has diminished their requirement for imports of items utilized in development. Regardless of Beijing's endeavors to set up the housing market, home costs in many urban areas have declined by over 20% this year. With property engineers under tension, experts say specialists could need to do undeniably more to re-establish trust in the housing market. China's work market has decayed in the beyond couple of months. Latest information show that the jobless rate among 16 to long-term old hit an untouched high of 19.9% in July, the fourth sequential month it had broken records. That implies China currently has around 21 million jobless youth in urban communities and towns. Provincial joblessness is excluded from true figures. The most over-the-top stressing issue is occupations, said ANZ's Young, adding that young joblessness can move to 20% or higher. Different financial experts say more employment misfortunes are reasonable this year as friendly separating estimates hurt the cooking and retail businesses, which thus heaps strain on producers. The developing property market slump is another significant drag. The area, which represents as much as 30% of China's gross domestic product, has been disabled by an administration crusade beginning around 2020 to gain control over wild acquiring and check speculative exchanging. Property costs have been falling, as have deals of new homes. While there could be an unwinding of zero coronavirus rules in 2023, lodging strategy may not look totally different after the Party Congress. We are probably not going to see the economy rehash the past high development of 5.5% or 6% for the following 2 years, says Young. 3. Environmental change. Is aggravating the situation very shocking, unusual, and unfavorable weather conditions is beginning to lastingly affect China's company. An extreme heat wave, trailed by a dry season, hits some of their prominent cities in southwestern territory such as Sichuan and the likes. As the interest for cooling increased exponentially, it overpowered the power lattice in an administrative division of an area that as a rule depends on hydropower. Plants, including significant producers like iPhone creator Foxconn and Tesla, need to cut hours or closed out and out. China's measurements agency said in August that benefits in the iron and steel industry alone were somewhere near over 80% in the initial 7 months of 2022, contrasted with a similar period last year. Beijing at last acted the hero with a huge number of dollars to help energy organizations and ranchers. 4. China's tech titans are losing financial backers. An administrative crackdown on China's tech titans, which has previously endured 2 years, isn't making a difference. Tencent and Alibaba announced their most memorable drop in income in the latest quarter. Tencent's benefits fell by half, while Alibaba's total compensation fell considerably. The emergency in China's housing market is seriously harming development. A huge number of youthful laborers have lost work, adding to a position's emergency where 1 out of 5 individuals matured 16 to 24 are jobless. This could hurt China's efficiency in development over the long haul. Financial backers are likewise detecting a change in Beijing. A portion of China's best privately owned businesses have gone under more noteworthy examination as Mr. Xi's grasp on power develops. As state-claimed organizations give off an impression of being acquired favor, unfamiliar financial backers are forgetting about cash. Japan's SoftBank tanking out an immense measure of money from Alibaba, while Warren Smorgasbord's Berkshire Hathaway is selling its stake in electric vehicle creator BYD. Tencent has had more than $7 billion worth of speculations removed in the last part of this current year alone. Furthermore, the US is getting serious about Chinese organizations recorded on the American Financial Exchange. Some speculation choices are being delayed, while a few unfamiliar organizations are trying to extend creation in different nations, S&P Worldwide Evaluation said in a new note. The world is becoming familiar with the way that Beijing may not be as just getting started as it used to be. Yet Mr. Xi is taking a chance with the financial achievement that has fueled China in ongoing many years. Financing costs are ascending as the created world attempts to contain expansion. Many advances made by Chinese elements as a feature of Beijing's Belt and Street Jive are not just stressing monetary records in low-pay nations across the globe, yet will likewise trouble China's keep money with non-performing credits. That thus will influence the monetary presentation of those banks, which are key conductors for Chinese homegrown venture, organizations, and the economy. There, China faces 3 negative elements: obligation defaults, non-performing credits on the books of its biggest banks and state moneylenders, and inadvertent blowback to discretionary and international interest in the event that it holds onto countries' resources as a component of some of the time cumbersome credit terms. In 2022, China's administration will discover that not all loaning is brilliant approach. Regardless of whether the agreement seems helpful from the outset, China needs dissolvable borrowers and blissful clients and partners, not two-sided skillful deception, defaults, and furious residents. Do not forget to like and share. You can also subscribe by clicking on the notification bell to receive our updates. Thanks for watching.